Welcome to the Vision Profiles podcast. Join us, dedicated Apple Vision Pro users, as we dive into everything from hardware to software to apps and the latest updates in the world of Apple Vision Pro. I'm Marty, a faculty member at a Midwest University, podcaster, and an Apple product fan.
And I'm Eric Bolton. I don't know what I'm doing now, but I like finding interesting ways to share content. Currently, photography of plants, birds, and panoramic sequences.
Eric's always there building confidence in our listeners. I don't know what I'm doing, but...
And I'm Dave Ginsburg, the host of the In Touch with iOS podcast. I'm passionate about technology, especially Apple, and use it in real-world experiences. And 27-year veteran and IT professional and iPhone subject matter expert. I learn new things about the Vision Pro every day.
And just a reminder, you can follow us on youtube.com/@visionprofiles on Monday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's when we do the live stream, or catch us on video later on YouTube or audio on any podcatcher service. We're doing Vision Pro Notes 3 nights a week, or 3 mornings a week, I should say. Monday morning, Wednesday morning, and Friday morning, where we give you some short news items that have come up, and then we blend them into a show here on Monday night. So, new news this week. What do you say? What do you say? We have a new beta. And
hot off the press.
It just happened. Boy, it just happened. I was at class teaching, or about to teach, and Dave texted me and said, new beta came out. And I was like, yeah, I'm not going to be home till 7 o'clock. We got to record at 9. Maybe if I get home at 7, I'll be able to load it. And just loaded it right before we started this show. But I was able to find out some things about it. Are there other betas out too, Dave?
Everything's out. Yep.
Everything's
macOS,
out. Okay.
iOS, iPadOS, they're all out. Yep.
So everything's up to beta 8.
Beta 8 development.
Yeah.
Public beta out. Beta 5.
Yeah. I know what I'll be doing all night long. But here's the news. I did take a look at the notes, the release notes from beta 7. And I've learned to keep the release notes because as soon as a new beta comes out, you can't have access to the older release notes. So I took the beta notes from beta 7 and did a comparison with beta 8. And you will be surprised to find out nothing. 0. It's a release build only. Beta 8 arrived today. It's version 23M5332A. Beta 7 was just a week ago. And it was a different version number, obviously. Apple doesn't list any new features, APIs, or headline level changes for the Beta 8 beyond just a build bump and fixing some things. If you look at tooling and you're involved in that from a developer standpoint, the latest posted tools still are Xcode 26 Beta 6 from August 18th, and no newer Xcodes dropped alongside with Beta 8. For practical users, you can treat Beta 8 as a stability bug fix pass. No Apple documented user face additions from Beta 7 and what we saw at Beta 7. And guess what? We didn't see anything with Beta 7 either. VisionOS 26 adds support for spatial widgets that can be placed anywhere in the space. Yeah, this is the if you look at some of the news releases on it, and 9 to 5 Mac is treacherous for this. It's the same release that they did for Beta 6, that they did for Beta 5. All the betas repeat the news that was announced at WWDC, almost as if these changes are occurring with the particular betas, and they're not. So,
yeah, it's a good refresher. WWDC was quite a few months ago, so it's always good to remind people.
So, as you know, widgets can be placed anywhere in the space around you, along with refinements to make the persona more lifelike and shared spatial experiences between two Vision Pro users. For developers, you might want to rerun regressions on areas that you touched for Beta 7, CompositorServices, hover immersion behavior, ARKit, accessory tracking, RealityKit, popover, presentation components, RemoteImmersiveSpace stability, and StoreKit's new promo offer APIs. Those were the substantive changes in Beta 7, and they remain the focus of Beta 8. So it's suggested for developers that they just rerun them in Beta 8 to make sure everything still is good. So when are we going to see an end to this madness?
It's getting close. One thing I wanted to know too, I didn't realize, and I know it's been out for a bit, is the fact that the FaceTime button that's on the window. I completely forgot that that's available there, because I wanted to try to see, when you're watching, let's say, a YouTube video and through Safari, if you're wanting to share something with somebody over FaceTime, you've got that FaceTime button, then you can bring them in to your Vision Pro. I haven't tried it yet, but I just noticed that button within the last couple of weeks, and I don't recall if we mentioned that or not, but I thought that to be very interesting. Then I'm not nuts. I thought so was. So that button, if I'm talking about it, the button's right next to the bar and the dot to close the window and to move the window.
Oh yeah.
And then and that button on the far right is the FaceTime button, and that lets you go and share the content with somebody else via FaceTime.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, I haven't tried it. I think we need to experiment.
Yeah, we need to do that. Off show, we'll take a shot at it.
Yeah.
Maybe you can, and I'm sure it's not DRM'd material that you can share, but other things that you see from your screen is what you're saying.
Yeah, seems it. But I didn't try, like YouTube. I would think you probably could, but like I said, like they've been saying, YouTube, the experience with YouTube right now is just not good. But that's another story.
Yeah, it's a story we're going to talk about later on in the show. Actually, some speculation going on there. So, Dave, you looked at F1. Did you watched it through Apple TV, or tell us about that?
Well, what I did was I noticed that it's pre-availability now because it's still technically in the theaters, but they're at a point now where they can start releasing it. Right now, the only availability is you actually pay to own it at $24.99, or you can rent it for $19.99. So, of course, my great spending I went and got ahead and just purchased it. Disappointing, because I don't know if there's going to be anything spatial. It's not spatial. It's not. It's not immersive video at all, nor is it spatial. Not even 3D. It's just a plain old movie that I downloaded. Yeah, and I tried resizing the window, and I tried doing all kinds of stuff, and it was disappointing to say the least. So, I mean, it's still I thought well worth the investment, because I absolutely enjoyed that movie. It was really good, and I don't mind having it in my permanent catalog. But for right now, yeah, you're not nothing immersive at the present time. I linked it. We have a link in the show notes. Yeah. That's where the video is available. So if anyone wants to see it.
And I tell you, you think at least the content that Apple had some control over, they would provide in different formats or something as immersive content for Vision Pro. Did they not record it using the cameras in order to do that? Did they not even record it in 3D? Yeah.
One thing I didn't check, and I did look in there, but I hadn't had time to go through each one of them. There's a ton of extras. So how the making of the movie, and a lot of other extra stuff, directors, discussions, all kinds of things. There must have been 10, maybe 15 different videos, probably 10, probably more along the lines of numbers. But it was there is some interesting stuff in there. That's one thing I'm going to look forward to taking a look at.
Okay.
Now it does let you know that it's not immersive when you're purchasing it. It says this is materials only available in 2D. So at least they let you know ahead of time.
Yeah,
And I have to
I should have
say,
read the fine writing of printing. I didn't really read the fine print.
yeah,
It was an impulse buy.
yes, yes.
Sorry,
Now I
sorry.
do have to say, I went and watched it in IMAX theater, and
Me too.
then like you, I had the impulse buy, so I had to get it again.
Mm.
Because the IMAX theater, the sound was too loud.
Yeah, it was loud.
So I wanted to be able to rewatch it again where I had more reasonable sound. So I didn't mind that it wasn't in 3D or immersive. I just wanted to rewatch it. There are a bunch of scenes I wanted to see. It was, plenty clear. The sound, I had better control over it. That's kind of what I was going for. There are a couple scenes where stuff was happening in the background. I wanted to go back and rewatch and pause it or whatever. And it covered it, did what I wanted it to do. So yeah,
Oh, don't get me wrong. It was a good
still
movie. It's a
enjoyed
good
it.
movie. I enjoyed it too. I need to put a better environment around it and just at least get that experience. Some of the
Yeah.
environments they're just kind of they're more distracting than they should be. That I just opted to just stretch it.
This is not to taunt you, Dave, or to taunt Eric at all. I'm still trying to figure out how you guys had an impulse buy that I would manage to resist.
Yeah, well,
That's a. I'm still struck by that, and now I feel stronger
well.
because of it. So thank you.
You should.
Let's talk about what everybody is talking about. What's sucking up all the oxygen in the room, and through the feeds and through the searches. Everybody keeps talking about Vivo Vision Pro's clone. And we have quite a few articles that go along that route that talk about it. 9 to 5 Mac came out with one less than a week ago. Then there's also Mac Rumors came out with one in terms of forums and information about it. CNET comes out with one. Vivo Vision Mixed Reality Headset steps up to Apple, but it's still a tough sell. And so I don't know what you guys think.
I can't believe that price. I mean, it's just insanely high. And the weight.
$1,400.
How can you put that on your head?
398 grams too.
Yeah. I looked at one article which came from a source that I was like, eh. And but I looked at it because the article was, I got my hands on a Vivo Vision. And I thought, okay, well maybe they went in store for the trial, which is what they're doing supposedly. They have demos at stores. They never accurately said that was when that was going to start and when that was going to be available, but they said they were going to do it. So I went and I looked at the article, and it was something somebody captured off of someone's statement about how they put their hands on one and how it's just really remarkable. And it wasn't even the author of the article that was describing it. It was like they had taken someone's blog or message and put it in there, and then went on to talk about the same things that they say with all the other articles. $1,400 lighter.
It was AI.
Those kinds of, yeah. Well, no, I mean, I felt that the post that the guy made was legit, but the guy scraped that post. And if you read what the guy who did the post was, oh, it's great, it's remarkable, it's 360 degrees all around you. There was no real content or evidence or strength to the original post, but this guy scrapes it, turns it into an article, and that's why it's not in our list. Still, I don't have any credible evidence that people have put their hands on these things, and given any review to it. But it is sucking up the oxygen in the room.
Yeah, but the thing is that you can only get it in China, right?
Well, that again, this is this is what keeps generating articles on it. When asked about that in this preview that they did of it, the person from the company said, well, they just didn't respond to its availability in international markets. So, a no response is not a no, but it's not a yes either. So we'll see. You can't even get it in China yet. So
yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I like how they are encouraging everybody to try it before purchasing.
And how do you do that other than in China?
You kind of have to find it to try it.
Yeah.
It has to exist in a place where you can actually try it. So,
and Valdo is importing products into the United States,
Yeah, they couldn't mention anything about if it did come to the U.S., what would it cost, based on tariffs and all of that stuff.
Yeah,
that what's going on in the world with that.
I'm guessing somewhere around $3,400.
Yeah, we're still waiting for the price on the absolutely wonderful Meta classes that are coming, and we're still waiting on the price for the Samsung. So we'll see how it turns out.
Yeah.
This is an article, we kind of talked about it, but it is the back and forth between predictions of whether there's going to be an M5 chip or an M4 in what would be a Vision Pro 2 or a Vision Pro 1A or 1B or whatever you want to call it, 1.5. And there were a couple of articles that popped up around that. Another one, this was from 9 to 5 Mac, and then Geeky Gadgets. The source for all Vision Pro news came up with one. Apple Vision Pro 2, the M5 chip and AIO make it a must buy.
Yeah.
People are relying on Ming Chi Kuo on this. So
no thanks.
No thanks, you don't
Geeky,
want one, or no thanks, you want to?
No thanks for Ming Chi Kuo, whatever, however you pronounce his name. Yeah, I just not a fan of that guy. A lot of stuff is not credible, and I'm not saying Gurman's any more perfect, but he has a pretty good track record considering. But if you think about it, the M4 has been around for a bit. The M5 is will be a pretty new processor when it gets announced, more than likely next month, because there's rumors about the iPad going with the M5. They're going to upgrade it from the M4, which is I'd be interested to see where that is going to go, as far as what performance it's going to be when it comes to that. But the M4 is a solid processor right now. I mean, you and I, we all have the Mac Minis with the M4. That thing is great.
Yep.
Why you're front? I know they want to stay up with everybody else. They want to get that M5 processor in place and get things going. There's already rumors about it all going to a lot of the Macs and then the iPhone. I mean the iPad. So why rush it? I mean, they've already been talking. Again, rumors and not facts, but that they're skeptical if there isn't going to even be a Vision Pro 2 or just a bump to bump the processor and still call it Vision Pro. So we don't know.
Yeah, I'll tell you, in my household, the kid who had the oldest bike got the new one when it was time to get a new bike.
Right.
And the kid who got one the last time new bikes came out did not get the new bike. I am really thinking Vision Pro has a chance for an M5. Because, that's the household I grew up in. I really have a hard time feeling like an M5 is going to help an iPad Pro.
I have the
I
M4.
can't.
I'd love
Yeah,
to see the comparison.
yeah. I just and is the help going to be noticeable, or is it just going to be a new number? I just and it just came out. I mean, the M4. Maybe in March, or maybe the iPad
Yeah,
cycle then.
right.
But I just can't. I can't see that as being first on the list. And I'm cheering for the one with the lowest, the one with the oldest processor in it, which would be the Vision Pro. Eric, thoughts?
I am unsure. I think they are both being tested. But if they're going to come up with something this year yet, I think it'll be an M4 because I don't think there's been enough time to do the M5. And they needed to add the machine learning cores.
Mm-hmm.
And unless there's a problem doing that with the M4, I would think it would be easier to take an M4, adjust it to add a bunch of machine learning cores to it, and get that out of the door now, and then save the M5 or something that comes after that for a future more complete redesign or a lighter machine or whatever. I don't think it has to be that much faster. It just has to be something to put into place and cover a year or two until the next technology change.
Yeah, I think to cycle people into a new headset that doesn't have any structural changes, that's cost might be a little cheaper, but probably not going to be. I think they have to have something sexy in it, like an M5, and the new neural core that you're talking about. So I think my hope is it's for both, and for people who want to upgrade or on the edge of upgrading, an M5 and a new neural core might do it, particularly if it helps with Apple Intelligence or any AI functioning of the
Yeah.
headset. So
Hmm.
just
But
have to see.
just to go back to the iPad. The iPad was hit the stores in May of 2024, so it's been well over a year since it's been on the market. Um, so they've had a bit of over a year under their belt with that processor. So and then obviously that gives them even more incentive to get the M5 out, start getting new products, and we'll be talking about obviously other stuff a little bit about
I think they're going to
all
put it
future
in the
products.
iMac. That's what I think they're going to do. They're going to put it in the iMac. That's the kid with the old bicycle.
Yeah, the iMac dying a slow death.
Yeah. Well, as I was putting articles together, I decided that I needed to cover this because it was an interesting comment that came. But the section I put it under is Gurman-iacs. Because it's Mark Gurman again. And
Yep.
this was in his Power On article or column that he does. And I first saw it on Reddit. And what somebody had done was essentially taken out the two questions that he responded to at the end of his column, his Power On column from this week, and took these two questions out, posted them for people to have reaction to it. So the link that I have up should be available for everybody to be able to at least take a look at those two questions and responses. And again, it came from the person who posted this, posted it from Bloomberg, the Power On newsletter, which covers a lot of other stuff. But this was essentially all he had to say with Vision Pro, and he said it in reference to these questions. And I think there's a lot of faulty logic in it, but we can go back and talk about that if you want to. Any reactions to Mark Gurman's statements?
On his second statement of is the Vision Pro a success or not, I think that my way of looking at it is if you find somebody who has been using a headset from some other vendor and you let them play with an Apple Vision Pro headset, they are still impressed with the quality and still enjoy it. Even though it's not using the latest chipset, even though, there's some differences in the weight and all the rest of it. And to me, that's, maybe it's not an economic success, but for a prototype machine that you're able to get your hands on and try, I would say that has been successful.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, he really takes it tough on Tim Cook in that response, where he says, the lack of third-party apps and content is another sign that it's not catching on. The Vision Pro is a commercial failure and the biggest flop of the Tim Cook era, no matter how you slice it. But there's still hope. If he would just listen to me, everything would turn around. It would be okay. That's my addition to it.
I have to say, he didn't say that.
I don't know. He's tough. He's tough on it. Again, I think he's measuring it against a benchmark of commercial success, millions of units sold, a backlog of people wanting to get them. And that's not the intent of this product. Right. But if you mention, if you that's your benchmark, if that's what you're going for, well, yeah, you're right. It is a big flop. But it's that I don't think that was Apple's intention ever in producing this. My bigger complaint is the question about Apple glasses. Do you think Apple's smart glasses will be a hit? Who knows? I mean, frankly.
How do you predict something doesn't exist?
I know. Yeah. You've got problems with Ming Chi Kuo. I mean, at least he's using material, and material acquisition. He's got some data in making his predictions. But what bugged me most about this comment was, again, he's trying to compare Apple Vision Pro or Vision Pro glasses or whatever you want to call them to Meta, completely different platforms, completely different purpose in terms of using those devices, and nobody seems to understand that.
Yeah.
Particularly the Gurman-iacs.
Did you create that? I don't remember seeing that.
Yeah, I wrote it in the show notes. It's Gurman-iacs.
Okay.
It made me think of Animaniacs. Do you know Animaniacs?
Yeah.
The cartoon? Yeah, so that's...
You might have to trademark that.
Yeah. I'll get big red hats that say a Gurman-iac on it. I'm a Gurman-iac.
Yep.
So take a look at that article. And I think, Dave, you put in a link to the full article.
Yeah, it's kind of a sideways to get it. It's perfectly legit. If you go there, you read the whole thing.
All right. Yeah, I noticed when I click on it, it opens up and it shows me the window of what the real article is versus that. So yeah,
it's an archive version of it.
Yeah. Patents. What's going on? I lost the patent link.
I see it. It's still there.
Yeah, I can't see it right now. But we can still talk about it.
Talk about it.
Blindly. It's something wrong with their site. It's not loading.
Yeah.
And it just came up. it came up. All I get is there. Yeah, there we go.
There you go.
So let me go ahead and show this on screen. Eric, why don't you talk about it a little bit?
I haven't even seen it yet.
Talk about on the spot.
But a patent's a patent, and I have no idea.
The basic function is they're putting touch sensitivity, or it looks like the patent is for touch sensitivity for other parts of the Vision Pro headset. That you can, and considering using other things like touch gestures, using fingers or styluses, eye hand movements and tracked in space, voice commands. So they're enhancing the human machine interface. And if you go down to the images, you see a lot of it is sideband touching
Right.
that's going on.
Well, I think it's also important to note that as Apple's developing all of this stuff, it doesn't always go directly in the device that you see in the images. So,
No.
as you get controls, maybe it'll be a control that shows up in a watch interface that affects, audio on the Vision Pro, or a phone interface, or whatever. So the technique might be used in a bunch of spots. Yeah.
Yeah, Apple's filing the patent so they can sue other companies when they violate it. That's how they make their billions and billions of dollars.
Billion.
They're just waiting. They're waiting for all these interfaces to show up in another product and make it really complicated to use.
Yeah.
And then they'll roll out theirs without all that.
Come get me, Massimo. I'm right here. Come on. All right. So patents. Enough about patents. AVP in the wild. This was a interesting article in a sense. I don't, and it came out this week, so I thought I would share it. Came out within the last week.
Mm-hmm.
There are very few Apple Vision Pro headsets out in the wild. We recently got a chance to use one of them. Here's what we thought. I really like this the picture in it that shows a comparison in price and design between the HoloLens 2, the HoloLens 2 Industrial Edition, and the Trimble XR10 with HoloLens 2. If anybody thought that people wearing Apple Vision Pros look dorky, you need to take a look at this. You need to take a look at this, the HoloLens, and the way they have people dressed up with it and are using it within there. So,
no, first off, Trimble is a commercial product. I mean, I have experience working with people in my company because we have a lot of Trimble type devices that are used all the time. So to compare that with a Vision Pro, I mean, okay, Vision Pro was the Vision Pro is being a flexible device, going from a consumer level device to start. But Apple is trying to get other companies to appeal to it. The healthcare industry, like we've talked about before, the scientific industry, engineers. There's so many other applications this can have. It's got a future to it. There's a lot of engineering companies out there that probably are looking at this. We don't know about it.
Custom ports will be needed. There's another comment in the article that if it's really going to expand into other areas, every productivity app we tested works fine in most cases, though you should consider if the Apple Vision Pro is the best place to use the app. PDF readers work fine, but iPad is better platform for most to be read on. It's kind of an interesting article in terms of raising questions about the environment.
No, it is.
It's not necessarily critical. It's not necessarily praising. It's just kind of, let's take a look at this and what's practical in using these in the environment. Comes out of Apple Insider.
Yeah.
It's covering battery life, weight, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Kind of a nice article with that.
Evidently, whoever wrote this isn't anywhere near an Apple store.
Maybe.
Because, Eric, what do you mean?
Well, because the whole article is written about finally getting a chance to see the product and to test it out because a friend was building code for it or something, and
Mm-hmm.
it's a nice overview. It covers a lot of the details, but it's also a bunch of information you could get by going into an Apple store and trying it out.
Yeah.
um, I mean, I'm happy that they had a chance to try it. I hope more people get a chance to try it. Not everybody is really close to an Apple store, so this might be the only way to experience it. I'm thinking I'm gonna have to let more people try my Apple Vision Pro so that people know they're out there.
Yeah. Okay. A next article. I got this morning on Wired. I have a subscription to Wired. I decided to buckle down and get one because articles were popping up that were of interest, and this came out today on Wired. Meta has already won the smart glasses race.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's talking about a lot of the successes that Meta has had. Selling as many units as they did, growth that's occurred, the collaboration with Oakley and Ray-Ban, and working with a business called Essilor Lux Optics. Long-term success deepens the integration between the two firms.
Yeah.
It really is a piece praising Meta. And I saw another one today that said, maybe it was in Reddit, Meta grabbed another Apple Vision Pro maybe it was a Vision Pro engineer no, it was AI engineer.
AI.
Yeah.
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 And so Zuckerberg's throwing lots of money at grabbing talent
Yeah.
with this.
I think they slowed down the hiring though. I heard they're sort of
Right.
freezing adding more people.
Yep.
There's an interesting image in this article. They have three people standing holding their hands above their head. And they have on what look more like Google Glass than anything that Meta has put out. With the band and then the one lens on the side.
Early Borg.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot in this article about investment, and Google has quietly rebooted its wearable ambitions after the much memed demise of Google Glass, acquiring smart glass startup North in 2020, and is reportedly working with manufacturers like Samsung and Qualcomm to develop an XR extended reality ecosystem.
Yep.
Dave, any thoughts on this one?
Yeah. It's just there's not much to say. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. It's what race is there? I mean, Apple's not even in this race with this. I mean, honestly, I mean, who else is in this race? You got Oakley. You've got a number of others that are trying it. I mean, Meta partnered with Ray-Ban. I mean, those glasses are Ray-Ban glasses.
Yeah, well, and Meta partnered with Oakley, and they're basically Meta glasses in an Oakley frame.
Right.
It doesn't
So you
improve
have two
the product. Yeah, it doesn't improve the product. It's still the same.
Yep. To the
interface.
most popular sunglass makers, and yeah, I just don't see it. This article makes no sense.
Well, you too can write for Wired magazine.
Well, they like it enough to put it behind a paywall, so it must be something good.
It is behind a paywall?
It is.
Yeah.
Because I sent it out, so you can't see this.
No. Well, we saw you scroll through it. That was enough.
I use the other tool we talked about.
Use the other tool, to take a look at it.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that the author wants a demo unit, so they've written this nice article and they're saying, "Hey, next update, maybe send me a unit and I'll review that too."
See, I'm looking at this, and the link that I have requires me to log in.
Right, because you're a subscriber.
Yeah, but why would I see it if I hadn't logged in? I'm not logged in at this case.
They let you see a few, but then later,
and then
you lose it.
All right, so something more closer to our speed. HBO launches Hogwarts. Are you a Potter people? Are you Potter people?
Nope.
Nope. Have you seen any of the movies?
A few, not a lot, maybe one or two.
Eric, own up.
I'm not.
It's harder to be a Potter person now because it's all political. However, if we were just talking about the immersive environment, there's a day and a night mode, the candle floating, it's close. The sky, up above, that's really good. The scene that they show here, if you turn around and look the other way, there's another view that's kind of cool. It's well done. I put up a movie, I watched it. When the movie starts, it goes from the daytime view to that night view that's there, and it works. And it's not as scary as the other throne room with swords.
Yeah, I think that I might have seen the first Harry Potter film with my kids, and that was about it for me. So I can't say I know that world at all. I have never read any of the books, which some of my adult contemporaries are just shocked that I hadn't read Harry Potter. It was like supposed to be essential reading for 68-year-old men, I guess. So yeah, it's just
the books. The books on tape are excellent because there's multiple characters. It's like when they did Star Wars as a book on tape, with multiple characters and sound effects and all that. So for long trips, that worked. It did what it's supposed to do. It's a nice immersive environment. The candles kind of move around. There's actual fire in the fireplace. It kind of looks like students could show up at any moment. I like the quietness, which is different from the movies where everybody's talking and people are flying through the air and that sort of thing. This peaceful.
Yeah. Again, the environments don't mean that much to me. Even the ones that Apple provides, I'm going to watch a movie on it. I will use pass through. I won't go into complete cinema to black out what's going on in my world. We mentioned this earlier, or alluded to it. Is YouTube a native Vision Pro YouTube app coming soon?
Good question. I don't think Google's been very overly excited about it because we've already seen it by now.
Yeah.
As as the author of this article said, it's very clunky on Safari. Absolutely, I agree. I even have used it with YouTube TV and tried to watch things. For the most part, it works, but if you want to go full screen, no, it doesn't work really well. And they've had other third party app developers try to do things, and then of course YouTube takes it down. I thought this Juno for YouTube did get taken down, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, I think so. That was the one by the same guy who did Reddit.
Yeah,
if I have that correct.
I thought it was down and then it was back. Maybe it's down again. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm using Lens as my viewer for media. It's an app, and you can set up your accounts to link directly to what are thumbnails when you open the app up, and then you click on that, and it opens it within that environment, within the Lens environment. So I don't generally do browser stuff. I can do that through my account through Lens. It was. Juno was, but then developer Kristen Selig, who did Reddit and was kind of pushed out of Reddit too by the Reddit folks.
Right.
He's the guy behind Apollo Reddit app. He saw the gap. He actually built a YouTube app for Vision Pro in about a week, and just in time for the headset's release. So yeah. My vote on this is, will we see a YouTube app soon? No. I think they're going to hold that. I think YouTube is going to hold that over the Vision Pro's head like an albatross, basically saying, no, hey, you can't have this.
Yep.
And at some point, if they create their own device, that they will then highlight the fact that their device does that seamlessly without having to use secondary ways of going to it. So, okay. This just looked like fun. Project Graveyard.
For dead ideas.
Where dead ideas go to die.
A moody little graveyard.
So sad, says the first image on the Apple App Store.
Not an app even worth selling. Available only on an expensive headset not owned by many.
Now I gotta try it.
I gotta download
I love the gumption on that. And let me see if I can get this. There we go. Let me get it in full screen. Oculus Rooms, 2016 to 2000. Facebook Spaces.
Spaces.
So we're laughing at the video that comes along with the website, and it comes along with the link that we'll have in the show notes. And to a degree, you can see someone's hand movements doing all this movement around. There's kind of a shadow of hands that go in it.
Oculus Rooms.
And I think I've just got it on a loop. Now I have a graveyard I can build over time of VR brands that died. So yeah, just kind of fun. It's, to me, it's, even if they charge for it, it's worth the joke. If you haven't had a chance to look at this, but it is Project Graveyard. It's on the Apple Vision Pro. It's a free place, so it's a free app. And within this article, they have the link to the app. I think we should look at this for next week and talk about it in the app section of it. And that's what I've got up to the apps.
I was going to say the linked website is worth visiting too.
Okay.
Just because it has a bunch of examples of how to do things. It's more, I think, aimed at developers than anybody else, but it still is kind of neat to see, here's how things get built.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's down
So,
at the bottom of the article where it says you can find more on Project Graveyard's creator on Blue Sky or at his website. And that's where I think you probably found the link, right, Eric?
yep. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so let's get to apps. We talked about this last week. I don't know if you had a chance to actually play with it. Did any of you try What the Car?
Not
don't
yet.
think I did. No, I didn't.
It still looks really cool. It just has been a bad week.
Okay. Well, I'll keep the link in the show notes for folks who want to check it out. It's kind of like
It
What the
works across all
Golf.
platforms.
Pardon you say?
Yeah.
I said it works across all platforms. It looks like.
Yeah. Yeah. The company who does this has a game that's
Yeah.
very popular called What the Golf.
What the
And
golf,
it
yeah.
works on some of the same physics, crazy, lunacy kind of principles, but this time with a car. So that's one to look at. And then this I saw on Reddit and thought it was really cool. Photodome. I didn't realize that it was $9.99
Yep.
to purchase.
And you bought it, right?
But of course, it's the impulse buy thing that I have.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, I didn't know if you guys would look into this, and I wanted to talk a little bit about it in the show. So I purchased it. Of course, I was trying to download the Beta 8 at the same time and wound up downloading this. And then the first thing it asks you, do you want to link to pictures? And you want to link it to your, and I said, yeah, go ahead, do all pictures. And then I realized that was a bad move because it was taking forever to try and generate thumbnails for it.
Oh.
I managed to switch my choice to like the pictures I took today
Yeah.
and then got jumped into the environment. And I guess you can change environments and go to different things, but the environment I got was like I was in the woods, and the 360, you can look around and see the woods environment around you. It's kind of distorted, but still a woods environment. And what happened was those pictures that I selected started floating around me. And it was really kind of an interesting effect. And I tried to grab them. You could grab them and reposition them and move them around, which was kind of neat. And then I went with pictures I shot in the last month, and there were like 73 photos. And I clicked on it. I said, well, the 3 that I shot today came up pretty quick, so let me try the month. And I had 73 photos come up, but I forgot a majority of those pictures were photos that I took when I was at the Art Institute in Chicago. So, I had Toulouse-Lautrec coming up. I had all these really good photographs because I was doing it on my 16 Mag. I don't pay much attention to photos. And it was very cool to have all this very classical art floating around me out in the woods and being part of it. Would I say it's worth $9 or $10? I spent $10 on a worse app. So if you are into photos and you want to look at them in a kind of enjoyable environments, I'm not a photos guy, but for what I spent on it, I think it was worth it. If you're a photos person, you'll find even more enjoyment out of it for the $10. Photodome, we have 2 links on it, on that. One describing it and the other one the link to the actual app. So you can do that. That's it for that I've got. Anything else you want to add, guys?
No,
We're running close to
covered a lot.
the hour. Yeah.
Should talk about MaxDoc.
Yes, and we should talk about the digital pass because
It's
while
out.
I was sitting in my meeting, I got a message on my watch telling me that the digital pass is out.
Oh, wow.
You can go to max.conferenceandexpo.com or just max.conference.com. That'll take you to a website which will give you information about the digital pass. We also have a link in here, show notes. I think Dave put it in, that talks about the MaxDoc directly to the digital pass. So it's out and it's available. Some people have pre-purchased it, but you can purchase it now and get access to all of the presentations, video and audio that were done at MaxDoc 9 this year. And some great stuff in there to look at, and great stuff in there to learn from. So take a look at that, max.conferenceandexpo.com. Links will be in the show notes, and you'll be able to check out more of that. Vision Profiles is our feed that happens on Sunday nights. Vision Pro Notes is the feed that happens 3 days a week on Monday mornings, Wednesday mornings, and Friday mornings. Short news items that have come up, and I will be on the hunt for them after tonight's show to find something for Wednesday morning that will give you some of the latest news that's going on with Vision Pro and other AR, VR devices as they come out. So where can we find everybody? Let's start with Dave. Tell us a little bit about where to find you.
Yes, you can find me at In Touch with iOS at intouchwithios.com. YouTube channel is youtube.com/intouchwithios. I'm here on Monday nights, Vision Profiles. Tuesday nights, I'm on Mac Voices Live with all of Eric and Marty and many other great folks on that show. We record Thursday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern Time on In Touch with iOS on the YouTube channel. And we might very well be doing our first Ecamm Live event version of it. I'm hoping everything goes well. And then on Fridays, I'm also on the Mac Show on the British Tech Network most times, unless I'm working and got busy. And you can find me on Blue Sky, Mastodon at DaveG65. Thanks so much, Marty.
Thanks, Dave. Eric.
I can be found on Mastodon at EA Bolden at mas.to. Otherwise, Mondays, of course, here on Vision Profiles. Tuesdays on Mac Voices, and Thursdays on In Touch with iOS, getting all of my OS goodness throughout the week.
And for me, you can find all the products and things that I do at thepodtalk.net. That's the website for the work that I do. That includes other podcasts besides and videocasts besides Vision Profiles, Gear Up and Go, The Old Mac Gang, Circular Firing Squad, and just some cool stuff. So take a look at it. And you can catch me here on Vision Profiles with Eric, Dave, and Daniel. Daniel joins us alternating weeks, and this is his week off, and so we'll see him next time. On Tuesday nights with Chuck at Mac Voices, and Thursday nights with Dave on In Touch with iOS, and Fridays with the Big Mac Show, or the Mac Show, not the Big Mac Show. Occasionally, when I can get out of faculty meetings and things like that, or leave early or whatever I need to do, I'll join the Mac Show because it's a fun kind of effort and a different kind of show. Thanks to the folks who joined us in the chat room. Chuck Joyner was there. Brian F. was there. Good to have you listening to us, watching us, and seeing the show as we progress along, and we appreciate listeners. Hey, I have gotten some nice email from listeners. Justin reminded me, because when we were talking about the changes with Beta 7, I mentioned how it seems like some of the buttons, when you look at them, pop out, and then some of the images on the buttons even pop out further. Justin was very kind. I think it was Justin. He emailed me, very nice email, and said, hey, that has been around for a while. I noticed it too early on. So it's in this current version. So it's nice to have listeners who are looking out for us and making comments, reminding us how orangutans are pronounced. And it's just, you guys are great. So thanks for
It's still
listening
orangutan
along
as
with
far
us.
as I'm concerned.
Yeah. Yeah, because you grew up in the Tang generation. You know, we all wanted to drink that orange fake juice because we're all going to the moon. Orangutans. I have to consciously think of that too. Thanks for tuning in. We'd like to hear from our listeners. If you have any ideas or want to join an episode, email us at thepodtalknetwork@gmail.com. Our bumper music is Free Jazzy by Steve Combs, courtesy of the Free Music Archive. Learn more about us and Vision Profile Podcast at the website thepodtalk.net. Spread the word to other visionaries. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.